Good evening, welcome back to My Boy's Koi Sunday night live auction. Tonight is not just trying to sell fish, I've got a few fish up for sale, but also I want to be talking about pond treatment, salt, and any questions you might have. I'm going to try and change it up on a Sunday, see how we get on. I have spent 3 hours today writing stuff down, which I was doing anyway because the guide that I'm writing, but I thought it would be a good thing to talk about. Mainly salt. I've been doing quite a bit on salt. Guys, how is everyone? How have all your weeks been? It's another Sunday. Isn't that crazy how they all come round, but it's not crazy how fast that seems to come round. Sundays. Sunday. Let's have a little look at the comments. Just bear with me 2 seconds, please. Saying what? We're alive. Assuming she knows now. She's probably watching this. So I'm going to get into it in 2 seconds, guys. I'm just running a little bit late. Been a bit manic.
Is sacks are okay for the pond? The fish are complaining the moldy bread needs salt.
Didn't have time to look into mouldy bread today, unfortunately, but yeah. I did learn something quite interesting about salt, though, which we'll get into in a minute. And I've got 5 fish up tonight, so I'm not hammering with the fish, but they are all coming up cheap. One is starting at only £1. So yeah, just had to finish my last raffle card. Mr. Fenton got the last tickets while we were out, so yeah, just had to write him in. Then 20 times on 2 cards, but we are done. So stand there's my mum, she is. Right, so let's have a little look. I do appreciate you being here. I am very aware there's 2 other lives going on tonight because all of a sudden Sunday night around this time has become very popular amongst koi tubers. One reason why I don't have nothing to do with anyone anymore, but I hope everyone is doing well. I've got a video coming out on Wednesday. I'm going to discuss a little bit now, and I've asked about 3 or 4 people this today because I'm genuinely intrigued. Stuff that I've seen for a while, and I've always sort of questioned it, but I've seen a few things in the last week. 2 different koi dealers, quite big, talking about different stuff, and one is the quarantine process. And to be honest, the whole top and bottom for it for me is you should be quarantining your fish. You should be doing the very, very best you can possibly do to make sure your fish go out healthy. It's something I truly believe in. So probably the one thing in koi that I ultimately believe in. I don't think there's no getting away from it. I don't think you should bypass in any which way. If you think a fish is unhealthy, unsafe, or whatever, you just shouldn't be sending it out. Customers might not get happy, but you can drag it out for a week or 2 while you fix it, or you can refund them or exchange, or whatever it may be you end up doing. But quarantine, I think, is massively important, and I think it's detrimental because you can ruin ponds, multiple ponds, and people's hobbies. I was talking to my brother yesterday. My brother's a carp fisherman, and he said there's a really big problem, and carp fishermen really don't like koi because they believe koi are a big problem. And I was explaining to him there's not koi that's the problem, it's a KHV virus that's the problem. That when people are releasing their pond fish into lakes and rivers and stuff like that, they are putting KHV in there, and they are managing to wipe out whole stocks of carp through carp herpes virus, which is KHV, and that's because of koi that are getting kept on have not been quarantined, and have managed to end up in someone's pond. Someone's got fed up with them or bored them, or they've been dying and they have known what to do, so just got to stick them in the local lake. And by doing that, they've wiped out whole stocks of carp as well. So it's not just all koi. But so I was telling him yesterday because he seems to think that koi are the devil, and I was explaining why he believes that and why that it's not the koi, which is not actual koi is the problem. It's the carp herpes virus and what they are doing. But yeah, so I've seen deals, and quarantine, I said, is massively important to me. It's what I believe in. It's what I think everyone should be believing in. It's what I think everyone should be doing. I have killed whole boxes of fish. There's been a couple of times now where I've been sat there like, I'm going to have to kill them fish. The very first fish I bought, which were not Japanese, I had 400 of them. I'd spent a decent little bit of money on them. And I come into Becky and we hadn't sold the fish at that point. We were just literally licensed and nothing else, hadn't sold the fish. And I said, them fish have got holes in them. I was like, they all look like they've been shot. They all look like they've got little bullet wounds on them. And I was just coming into the kitchen and I was like, I don't know what to do. And she was like, you do know what to do. And she sort of knew what I was thinking then. Then I rang Michael, who works with us on and off, and I said the same thing to him. And he was like, so you're going to kill them then? And I was like, well, that's what I'm thinking about, but don't really want to kill 400 fish. And I just went outside within half an hour. I sort of spotted. I went outside with a bottle of sedate and killed all 400 fish, lit a fire and burnt a lot. And it sounds harsh, but that was from day dot of me selling fish. From day dot of me selling fish, I just refused to give bad fish out and refused to go through it and have bad fish on site ever, risking everyone's fish because you're being selfish over. At the time, it was about £1,000, £2,000. I can't remember, but it was a little whack. Happened.
It doesn't mean nothing though, does it? If you kill off people's whole ponds,
and then
could do that with
we had a box of which I'm not blaming the breeder, I do blame the heat, but we had a box of Marudo Gimrin Krashigoi come, and they looked like they'd been lit on fire. They were so badly burnt, and it was ammonia burns from the bag, but the gill plates were all starting to rot off them and stuff because it was 35 degrees in Japan. And the shipment was meant to come in the end of June. They come on the 11th of July. And when the boxes landed, I think we had 2 or 3 boxes, last shipment of the year. One was all right, they were small toast, they were fine. The other one was a little bit beat up, they weren't too bad. But these red Gimrin Krashigoi were just absolutely destroyed. They were so bad. And again, straight away, they literally landed in the country. I'd had them here for 10 minutes and I sedated a lot, killed a lot. And it's just a case of, there was no way I was ever letting them fish go outside, because I'm not to say that they couldn't have been healed. They possibly could have, but it's your pond at stake. It's your pond at risk. So when I'm seeing koi dealers, big koi dealers, fancy places, £1 million setups, not quarantining fish and advertising the fact that they don't quarantine fish, just sort of going, we don't, keep the pond at nice temperature, we use salt, we don't mix fish, we don't heat ramp at all. We sell them a month later. What? And that's not just one, that's multiple. But the big companies, the big, massive companies, £1 million turnover companies, and I'm just like, why am I killing whole boxes of fish? Why am I killing whole boxes of fish when the big boys who are worth millions are just not even quarantining the fish? I think that's crazy, absolutely nuts. And genuinely, I'm saying it right now, and look, it might cause a bit of controversy, I'm not really sure, but I'm saying it now.
That's insane.
Well, I don't care, but for saying, I'm saying it now because I'm sort of saying to you, you should be asking that question. I understand most of you probably buy from me, I appreciate that. But if you do buy from anywhere else, at least be asking about the quarantine. There's a newish dealer recently set up. I seen him say that he holds the fish at 27 degrees, brings the temperature down slowly, and that's his quarantine process. That's not quarantine. That's just not quarantine. Not having it. No way will I accept that as being quarantine. I heat ramp properly. I stress them fish out. If I'm going to get a problem, I'm going to have that problem. If it's sleeping sickness, we're going to find it. KHV, we're going to find it. Bacterial issues, we're going to find it. That's my job. That's what you pay. You pay for me to do that service for you, because otherwise, you'd just be a case that you pay what you pay from Japan. You pay for my time and my skill to be able to find the problems and deal with it properly. I am a massive believer in this now, and I'm gonna hammer this drum as well now, because I think if dealers don't start stepping up, like my brother was saying yesterday, that the whole carp industry in the UK now is a problem, because people are losing whole stocks of fishing ponds because of negligence, which would have been dealers, then koi keepers, and then obviously the fishery getting wiped out.
It's just smart, John. it's just a process, and
it's definitely, I 100% I back that, yeah. Quarantine it definitely every single time. I think people harp on about parasites a lot. I think people think that's quarantine. Oh, my fish never leave with a parasite. Give me parasites any day of the week, but keep your KHV to yourself. Do you know what I mean? The parasites are no big deal. Obviously, they can become a problem. Of course they can. But parasites are just not what we're here for. Like, you know, we can get rid of parasites, Costia, flukes, whatever. They're a pain, but we can get rid of them. When people are harping on, like, my fish come parasite free. Well, mine come parasite free, but if I did get fish and they had flukes on them, okay, cool. A bit of Linux Pro and PP, no problem. Cost me 50 quid, pain, but I'll do it. Give me KHV, I've got no fish left. To see the difference. I definitely agree. I think everyone should quarantine their own fish. The problem is, the thing that you can quarantine your fish is it's different when it's on when a dealer's doing it, and what it should be different when a dealer's doing, because we're heat ramping en masse, we're introducing lots of fish. We should be doing it to a higher level than what you're doing it to. Not to say you can't do it at that level, you can, but it's quite difficult for you to have naive fish just sat around to ramp to the levels we ran to. It's quite scary as well. You start seeing them fish rolling because you've brought the heat down too fast. That's scary on itself, because you could have 400 fish and they're all sat on the bottom looking very, very miserable. And that's not a particularly nice time.
But we're the first line of defence, so
100%.
It should be intense for us.
Oh no, definitely. Yeah, like don't get me wrong, the amount of times I've had to just like put that cover back down and walk away because I'm freaking out inside. But I know that they'll come good, you know, and that's the first point. I do the quarantine knowing that if they're healthy, they're gonna come good. And to be honest, I can count on one hand the amount of problems we've had. You know, maybe a couple of knocks. Marahiro, he's a pain. He overstocks his boxes. You end up getting knocks from Marahiro on the big fish. I said the problem with Marudo, the not English fish, we're just going to call them that. They all just got killed. Yeah, so I've had a handful of, you know, the odd knock and the odd little split fin and mouth knock or whatever. It's to be nose rub. That happens a lot. The fish are left in holding nets in Japan for quite a while, so the end of the nose end up getting like a bit of rub on them. That can get a little bit bacterial, but again, achoflavin could normally deal with that. That's no big deal. Chloramine T, PP, they can do this. PP is just more of an oxidizer, so it sterilizes, but it does all help. But we are going to move on to some fish eventually, but I'm going to jump onto salt. If you have got any questions, feel free to drop them in. I've got raffles to draw tonight, and I've got fish to bring up for you, but I'm going to try and get a full night out tonight and try and have at least an hour or more. So I've only got 5 fish, so I'm not going to race ahead too fast. And yeah, I'm just like going for me notes just so that I don't end up missing things. But I am definitely going to be a big advocate of this now, because I do believe that when you've got dealers on my scale doing the quarantine that I do, these big ones should be investing more money and being a lot better than us. They shouldn't be riding on reputation to get them through. I'm just not a fan of that at all.
That's why it's so important, Chris, and boss levels, that your dealer is the first line of defense, because not everyone's going to be able to quarantine at home and space and whatever else. That's why it's so important to make sure.
So you should trust your dealer. Of course, you should trust your dealer. But as I said, it's especially if you're buying from a newbie and you've never bought from them before, you definitely should be trying to quarantine. But as I said, we do everything in our power here, and to the point that we will just accept the loss and kill the fish. And it's not nice. It's really not nice. It's quite morbid, especially when you first brought them in from Japan and like straight away, and you know you're all excited and you're running it down to meet, and you know the meeting point, and you're getting the fish and you're loading them up and you're getting back, and then you're lighting the bonfire. It's not nice. Yeah, I burned the dead fish. That's just, you know, what else are you meant to do with them? Lucky you bought them from a good dealer, mate. Right. So salt, I'm going to talk a little bit about salt. I don't want to go on too much, but I am going to write all this out in a guide. I am working on that at the moment. Benefits of salt, what it can do for your fish, especially if you've had new fish come. It can have lots of impacts on your fish, and it can be negative as well. So I'm going to talk a little bit about it. So benefit, massive reduces stress. It really does reduce stress, and it can help when you've got new fish coming into the pond. It can help your fish relieve their stress as well as the new fish. So I definitely am an advocate of salt. I think you shouldn't have it in all the time because it can be detrimental. It can also cause issues with your fish. It can cause issues with the fish, and one of the things with holding salt for a long time, it can end up making the fish have a problem going back to fresh water. So it is something when I see people saying, oh yeah, I keep a low level of salt. If your fish end up in fresh water, that can be a problem. It really can. And I'm just going to briefly go through this because I will be writing this out as a guide. So I will talk about, I will explain it all better in a guide, but there's a few key points, and I have a few things that pop up. And one is the levels of salt. I'm advocate of 0.3 or 0.6. That's just what I learned, and I stick with it, and it works for me. Tosa, you can go to 0.7. They seem to handle it better. Bigger fish don't really like it, but anything over 0.7, you can actually burn your fish's gills. So all this myth, and it is a myth, by the way, that 0.9 salt, which is level to the fish's natural body salt, the fish can live in 0.9 or stay in 0.9. It is a myth, and it will burn the gills. It can burn the gills, and it can be detrimental to the pond. Even if it doesn't happen straight away, you cause gill damage. Eventually, you're going to start rotting them fish, and you're going to start causing a problem. So I think sticking to 0.3, 0.6 salt is definitely the way to go, and for short periods of time. Now, salt doesn't evaporate. Like your water, if you left a bucket of water, eventually it'd evaporate. The salt would still be at the bottom of that bucket. The other problem with salt not evaporating is that it can stick in your pipes. So one of the things that I've learned and I sort of knew this, but I learned it a bit more today, I read up about it, is that salt can get clogged in places, which you'd imagine that if you just poured a load of salt, it'd end up sticking to things. One of the places you can get clogged is your bottom drains, your pipework, and in your filters. Meaning that when you do a salt test on your pond, a salinity test, your pond salinity meter might say it's at 0.6. The reality is there might be a lot more salt in your pond than what your salinity meter is telling you, because it can be causing your pipes. Now, this is only an issue if you're topping up salt all the time. If you're not topping up with salt all the time, eventually it will start going. It's also really important why you've got a purge line, so you can purge them bottom drains and you can wash them out essentially. So I am an advocate of a purge. I do think you should be able to wash out your bottom drains. I'm not a massive fan where your bottom drain goes straight back up into your filter. I have heard people say, well, get the jet wash down there, get rods down there, and I suppose that would work, but I think if you can have a purge line, you're better off having a purge. The other thing as well with salt, so you've got to be careful online as well, because online will always tell you American US gallons. US gallons are about, we've got 4,546 litres, I believe, in a UK gallon. America's got more like 3,500, so you've got to be very careful when you're working out the measurements of salt or anything, really, any treatment on Google, because Google will always tell you American, so make sure you put in UK. Little fun fact. But
different measurements. It's like every country.
Well, a litre is a litre, but a gallon's different in America.
So that's even worse.
Yeah.
Like sometimes it's right, sometimes you just can't mix it up.
Yeah.
Why not?
I don't know why, but so essentially, if you wanted to put, you had a 1,000-gallon pond, 1,000 gallons, 4,500, and I'm sure it's 46 litres. I can't 1,550 litres. Say you've got 1 gram per litre. 1 kilogram per 1,000 litres will bring it to 0.1. So 0.3 would be 3 kilograms per 1,000 litres. So if you had 4,000 gallon, you would need 12 kilograms of salt plus the half, which would be another 1.5. So you need 13.5 kilograms of salt to bring your pond up to 0.3. You'd need 27 to bring it up to 0.6 on 1,000 gallons. So a lot of salt. That can also be quite scary when you get a big bag of salt, 25 kilogram salt, and you go, and I putting all this in here? Because when I first started with salt, I was going, yeah, I'll just put some salt in. There's 2 handfuls, that'll be great. And when you realise, because you start pouring it in, you're like, wow, that doesn't look right. That's a lot of salt. Now, I do what the Japanese do. I pour the salt into the corner. I let the fish distribute it around the pond. I'm not a fan of mixing up in a bucket and pouring it into the pond, because I think when you do that, you hit it hard. As you've already started to mix it up, it goes into the pond, it disperses really fast, and then the fish have gone from 0 to 0.3 or 0.6 quite hard. I would prefer to bring it up from 0 to 0.3, 0.3 to 0.6 over a day or 2 or 3 days. I prefer that, but I also pour into the corner and then let the fish start to wave that round.
Yeah, Chris, I think that's what he's saying.
What?
Just cut the bag at the edge of the pond.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Yeah, cut the bag, pour it in. But as I said, I don't like going from 0 to 0.6 straight away, because I don't think that's too okay, to be honest. I think it's too harsh. 0 to 0.3, let that settle for a day. 0 to 0.3 to 0.6. I think that's fine. I personally will never go over 0.6. And as I said, it can burn the koi skills, so I wouldn't necessarily recommend that. And also the bottom drain thing, I think that was a massive thing. So you're getting your salinity meter, you're putting that in, you're checking your salinity meter's going, yeah, that's 0.6. But from your last load of salt that you put in 2 weeks ago, you could also have a mound of salt in your bottom drain, which is going to start it's going to start moving around the pond again and start bringing your levels up. Now, obviously, it'd have to be quite dramatic, but if you had quite a big pond and you have places for it to hide, then it's going to start to do that. So I think the salt thing is definitely one everyone should be aware of. When I write this guide out fully, it's all going to be in there properly. But obviously, right now, I'm just sort of like just talking about it, really. But yeah, I think salt's a winner. Everyone should use salt when you need to. I think just times when you do use it, don't just keep a level of salt in the water. It can help with stress, it can help with bacteria, it can help keep parasites at bay. But the other problem I found out is that parasites can become immune to salt. So salt is really good at keeping Costia and ich at bay, which is white spots, but they can become immune to it. So it's not going to last forever, but it does help while eating for them as well. If you keep a low level, if you're using like FMG, keep a low level of salt in there, it definitely helps the fish's stress and it ward off the parasite at the same time.
John said, I'm frightened to death of using PP in the pond. Can I deep clean, filter, salt the pond, then PP bath the fish the day after the salt's added? Do you want me to read that again?
Read that again.
He said, can I deep clean, filter, salt the pond, then PP bath the fish the day after salt added?
What benefit would you get out of deep cleaning the filter if you were going to PP dip them rather than PP the pond? Because you PP the pond, the reason you clean the filter is to get rid of as many organics as you can, because it neutralizes the PP. So if you were going to dip the koi, obviously clean your filters, but I wouldn't necessarily do a deep clean. You could end up becoming more detrimental to the pond than if you just done a normal clean. And I dipping a koi in PP is definitely something I do. I do like to do it, but I wouldn't necessarily recommend it as being a lighter dose compared to PP in the pond. It's very harsh. I'd say it was a lot more scary than PP in the whole pond, I'm totally honest.
PP runs through the filter. Yeah, that's what he's saying. But John said, can he?
He said, can he dip the fish rather than do a PP treatment on the pond? He wants to dip it. So it wouldn't make any difference to the filter. The only thing I'm thinking he's saying is to kill anything that's in the filter, but you wouldn't kill anything in the filter without a chemical like PP. So I have got a bit on PP, but I'm going to bring up a fish because
hang on, 1 second.
Go on.
Jack Foster said, I have plants in my pond. I was told the salt isn't good for the plants. Would you agree with this? I would prefer to remove the plants to have happier fish. If that's the case, basically.
I am not a massive fan of plants in a pond. several reasons. One, you can't really use salt. You can't really use any treatments too harshly anyway, because PP will kill your plants, salt will kill your plants, and plants, or essentially what we're trying to do, we're trying to create an ecosystem, but we're trying to do a very sterile ecosystem, which is quite difficult. Plants will hold muck and crap and stuff like that. They will give bacteria places to harbour. So personally, I am not a fan of having anything in the pond other than fish.
I think this is that battle, isn't it, of almost like this sterile, fake sort of glass window pond, and then a wild pond, like a mud pond or whatever, a wild pond. Yeah. Because if you do that middle ground where you want this really pretty nice pond, but then you start putting plants in, and then you start putting other fish in, you make this ecosystem, then you can't treat it like a pond where you can treat it, so you can't mix the two worlds. No, you can't, and you can't treat it, and you can't just start throwing potassium in there and stuff like that, because you're breaking down the ecosystem what you built. So essentially, in my opinion anyway, you'd either have a koi pond or you'd have a wildlife pond. People do have both and they do cross over, but I think it's very difficult, quite difficult to maintain once if you have a problem. Some people swear that that's the way to go and you'll never have problems, and I've had the pond 30 years and I've never even seen it. I know that's a thing, and I know a lot of people are like that. But part about your koi, isn't it? Because if you're very proud of it and you like your individual koi and you spend a lot of money on them, the chances are you're not keeping a wildlife pond because you spent a lot of money on them and you don't want to risk it. I'm assuming. So I'm going to assume, don't know any facts, that the people who keep these wild sort of ponds probably just keep standard, nice koi, and aren't too fussy or precious about them.
Yeah, I tend to agree. And you go and you just stereotyping here, but I tend to agree. I think that most people probably don't have them fish regularly. They probably don't get them out and scrape them. Probably don't do a lot of water change or filter cleans.
And they're not very I couldn't do it because I'm precious about everything and I like to have control of everything, and I get scared that something's going to die and it stresses me out beyond it. So yeah. I couldn't be like that, but obviously some people are like that.
Right, I'm going to bring up this fish and then we're going to move on. So it is a Aragohi Chagoi from Marseille. It is a £1 start bid, and here's the video.
I will come back to your question in a minute there. After this,
I'll jump on PP in a minute. I've got PP to talk about. Right, £1 start bid, guys. Only £1 starting there. Start on this one. Aragohi Chagoi from Marseille. 20 with shad, thank you. For 150 pull. So on 20 with shad, looking for £1 bid increments. Anyone else interested? £1 minimum bids. Delivery is available UK mainland, where you can add more fish to the shipping with that no extra cost to you. So only £30, and you can have as many fish as you want to per delivery. And we're looking for £21 or above now on the Aragohi Chag with shad.
Jason
just beating Paul with 25.
Ben said I've not really seen one of these before.
They're nice. They're a bit different. This one's quite dark. I have actually got another one as well, but this one's quite dark. It's more of a chocolatey colour.
26 with shad.
28 with Paul.
Yeah, it's very mermaidy. Almost looks green. I don't know if that's just a picture or what.
It is more of a brown colour, but it has got a bit of a greeny colour too.
29 with shad. What are you saying, Fenton? I've been sat watching the loading screen. What?
What?
This whole time?
We've been live for half an hour. Could you hear me talk, or we just?
Yeah, because he was in the chat. Unless he wasn't. Was he just talking to everyone else?
So,
Of this auction, 30 with Paul, 31 with Chad.
so was this like a trigger moment where you were just in the dance hall waiting for everyone to jump out? I thought we were all going to jump out and surprise someone.
I still don't understand what's making me laugh. I like that Dave and Fenton have like these.
Yeah,
Inside, is it RAF?
Well, Dave was in the army, wasn't he?
Like these
In the RAF,
inside laughs.
yeah. Fenton got hotel rooms and Dave got a tent. He ain't his crust, that's why he's got an hotel room.
35 with Chandler. There was one single ticket left on the Karashigoi before. I said, someone was asking, so I said on the group, there's just one single ticket, and Chandler just swooped it.
I seen that. I seen he got 7 and 1.
Swooped it in seconds. It's something to do with YouTube. The crowns next to the names. I don't really understand the process. It's
yeah, nothing to do with us.
Yeah, it's like the people get points.
The more you comments and stuff, you get ranked.
It doesn't make sense because I can comment all the time. It doesn't make sense to me.
No, someone comments like once and they just get recognition.
Rob your crown.
Yeah. Anyone else interested in this one? Still quite low on 36, 40.
It's all a lie, Shad. You ain't admin. Watch out, Paul.
$41.
XP, that's what I meant. Also, XP.
If you click on the what? On the
little crown at the top. You won't have that one.
I haven't got. I'm on StreamYard, so I don't see that. But how did they get points then?
It's just randomised. That's what I'm saying. I understand the
Do you pay for ChatGPT?
Not yet. I've been pondering whether to pay for it because I've used it a lot. I also feel like I owe her at this point. Do you know what I mean? Saving my life on the deal. Yeah, so in theory, you're meant to get experience points for interacting with the live in whatever way. But it just seems randomised to me. It doesn't. The process doesn't seem right to me. I don't really understand it.
Come on, Shad, give me a bullseye.
Bullseye. If it was, if it worked, I'd be all down for the XP.
This suppose it's quite new, isn't it? Probably get better over time.
Do you want to answer Dale's question while you're waiting to see if Shad's going to...
What was Dale's question?
He said, since having a backy shower, I struggle with keeping the pond purple for 4 hours. Why? Is there a way around it?
Your backy shower, it's the bio load in it. I'm going to talk about PP in a minute. I'm going to talk about the doses you can go to. And again, I don't think anyone has ever put this on YouTube, what I'm going to say, and I'm going to break it down for you as best I can. So, yeah.
Yeesh. Just stick around for that. See, John said I've not commented for ages and I'm still number one. It makes no sense, does it, John? It's just random. There's just no rhyme or reason to it. It's
right, £45, Mr. Chandler going once. Anyone else interested, get your bids in now. I'm going to do a raffle after this and then we're going to move on to PP. So anyone else interested in this one, we're looking for 46 or above.
Hi, Pirate Dotty.
46 or above we're looking for. I'm going to wrap it up in a moment.
Up and down. . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . .. .. . .
46 or above. 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 46 or above
Does commenting and gaining XP points bump the live up? I mean, I think that does in general.
Does the live gets bumped by the more interaction we
Yeah.
get? That's definite, yeah.
Yeah, I think that works regardless, yeah.
I can already see more people getting added now. £45 Mr. Chandler going once, bargain this. £45 Mr. Chandler going twice.
Is there another
30
one,
seconds
Danny?
from now, there is, yeah.
There is, Shad.
It's not starting on a pound, no, Shad.
It's not starting on a pound, no, Shad.
You had your chance. Hit the like as well, thank you very much. 61 people in now, thank you. 46 with Shad.
Oof. My guy got pressured into that. 47 with Chandler straight off. It's not messing around, Shad.
Bullseye with Shad.
Bullseye. See, look how much Shad has commented.
Yeah.
And he's still at number 2. Whereas John's...
It's because YouTube knows how hard it is to get 50 quid out of them.
It doesn't make any sense to me.
You missed that.
What did you say?
I said because YouTube knows how hard it is to get 50 quid out of them.
I still don't get it.
Right, around 50 with Shad. Anyone else interested in this one? £50 Shad going once, pause out. £50 with Shad going twice. And 30 seconds from now.
Like a true gentleman, Chandler.
You know Shad well.
Shad don't stand for it, man. They're ripping you to pieces here. Funny though. Different opinions around salt. My dealer recommends not using salt all year round.
And sold to Shad. Sorry, it's just gone. £50 Shad.
Well
Nice one,
done,
mate.
Shad. Do you want me to read that out now?
Yeah, go on.
There are so many different opinions around salt. My dealer recommends not using salt all year round. I only use salt to get an accurate reading of my pond volume.
Yeah.
The all year round thing, I think, is the
Yeah, I wouldn't recommend using salt all year round. I think it's great when you go into spring. Some people keep it in over winter. It really does depend on what you do. I don't use it for any of that. I use it for purposes. We bring in new fish from Japan. I use salt. We are moving fish around. So from here, which is the quarantine area, to the shop, I might use salt. It really does depend. I do it on a case by case. I don't do it as a fixed rule, but it is very good when used in the right way. I don't think if it went into spring and I had no issues, I'm not really going to start putting salt in.
So what's the problem with all year round? What is
the koi become reliant on it and the body doesn't work right, and then also they get used to it where then normal fresh water becomes an issue for them.
Right, okay.
So it's not a permanent thing. They are freshwater fish. I struggle saying the word osmosis. I struggle saying that, but that runs at 0.9 in the fish, and they start to expel it when they get stressed, and when they run down, they start to expel the salt. So it's good to bring up the salt and allow them to recover the salt the same way we would take, I don't know, some vitamins and minerals to bring our bodies back up and make us healthy again. It works very similar, but it's not a permanent solution. And people use it because they've got nitrate problems. Again, a short period because you've got your hammer and your grow on, I can get on board with, but using it rather than upping your filtration or sorting your pond out, that's not okay. So it really does depend. Yeah, I only use salt. Need to dip. Salt dips do work, I think. I have done it. I do it sometimes. They seem to work. I'm not really sure what. The only thing I can really get from what a salt dip does is it allows the koi to take in some salt. So as I said, the way they expel the salt when they run down, by you putting them in salt, they take in salt and they recover the body that way. And it's a lot of it is old stuff that's just been passed down, and I think some of the science is a little bit lost. I have literally spent 3 hours today reading to the point my eye was hurting at one point.
Jason said, what's the longest you would use it for then?
I think it's quite difficult. I wouldn't use it for a period of time in that sense. I'd use it for as long as it needed to. And also, I wouldn't bring it down by doing 100% water change. I'd bring it down by doing regular filters, cleans, and water changes, and slowly start to expel it from the pond. So I wouldn't go, I'm using salt for 3 months, and then at the end of that 3 months, I'm going to do a massive 100% water change, I fill back up, and no more salt. It's not how it works. You put in your salt for whatever reason. So you've got new fish distressed, you're going to bring it up to 0.3. What I would do is put it up to 0.3, as long as the fish are fine. As I'm doing my filter cleans and my water changes, I'm naturally bringing the levels of salt down in the water. I'm not rushing it out the pond or not adding more in. I'm going to do it on a case-by-case basis. And this is where this is your pond now. This is where you can do. You have to monitor that pond and go, them fish look great, they're healthy, they're happy. Why am I running salt now? What am I doing it for? And at that point, slowly start bringing out the water. Don't change the parameters dramatically. Don't want to go off on a tangent, so I'm not going to. But yeah, just monitor on a case by case. Add in the salt, bring down the salt slowly. Remember that some treatments can't be used with salt, so you do have to monitor. And the salinity meter does work. The thing I feel with salinity meters that I think a lot of people don't calibrate them properly. And that can also cause problems, and that's why I think you really should have a pH line, so you make sure you haven't got clumps of salt sat in your bottom drains, because that again can cause an issue.
Can I throw another random question at you?
Go on.
Nathan said, should I blast out the sludge at the bottom of my easy pod with the chlorinated water, or just swill it with the pond water and don't clean the media? Or is it beneficial to leave it?
It depends what you mean by sludge. So my pond at the back, that runs on the easy pod in the back, you shower, that's got a tree above it, and that gets a lot of debris in it. So I do hose that one out with an actual hose, because it gets full of gunk and leaves. But if it's just green organic waste, organic matter, which is like algae, no, I wouldn't wash that out now.
Dale said he's loving tonight, sitting there with a face mask on, learning. Danny's partial to a face mask.
I do like a face mask.
Don't feel alone in that there, Dale.
This is why I am writing everything down, and I'm dyslexic. It takes me a while. I have to make sure that I'm putting it how it needs to be put. But I am writing a guide, and essentially the guide's going to be not just a beginner's guide, but hopefully it breaks us down for beginners, and then it's a go-to then from there on out to go, oh, how much salt do we use, or what's the thing with PP, and you can just go to it. That's the idea with that. Because there's a problem in koi, and I've said it before, and I just don't really care at this point. A lot of it seems to be the best kept secrets. Like, oh, I do this with my pond, I don't tell anyone. Why? If you know something, you've got something good, share it. Unless it's mouldy bread, tell the world. Do you know what I mean? If it's some mouldy bread, then keep it to yourself.
It really should be a community of learning. I was just about to say, because Samantha said, I'm new to this. And I was literally going to say, like, it's the best way of learning is through other people's mistakes.
Yeah.
It's just, why would you put yourself through it when you can just speak in a community and go, look, I did this one time, I lost all my fish. There you go, lesson learned. You know what I mean? And share that and pass it around, and community.
Yeah, I took a couple of 25 kilo bags in until I get to the right levels, usually 3 days to the right amount.
Joe Walsh, she said, any specific brand? Was that of salt?
The PDV one, which is not a brand, it's just the heat treated salt. You can't use normal salt off the shelf.
PDV.
It's just the heat treated salt. Just type in koi pond salt, you'll bring it up. Normally in a white or a blue bag, but it doesn't really matter on the brand.
Ribita cures costlier, trust me, bro. Ribita are horrible,
Jacob's crackers does get rid of foam on top of your pond, and I've tried it with cracker bread and it doesn't work.
You've been throwing out Mikey's cracker bread?
Yeah, no, all it done was there was still foam and fish just at the cracker bread.
Someone was, just remind me, someone was talking about the cracker thing on UK Clearance and how that is a bad thing. I wish I could remember what it said now. There was a negative side to that. Yeah,
I think that's important what Michael said. So if you know your own pond and it's okay, then leave it alone. Definitely massive advocates of don't mess.
It must be hard though.
I've spent 2 years telling Dale to stop messing with his pond. Like,
Just called you out there.
Well, I have, and he doesn't anymore, and he's very good now. But at one time, he was a pain in the ass with it. But
to be fair, I would be like that. I am.
I think when you're very new, I think like obviously now Dale's on spot on, but when you're new, you do want to tinker because you want to make things better. But sometimes if it's not broke, don't fix it. Just leave it alone.
Tim was once on FaceTime and asked me why I am packaging for breakfast with food box.
Yeah, see, I don't agree, Michael, because that's not what the Japanese do, and I feel like that hits harder, and it should go into the pond, and it should disperse in the pond slower. So yeah, but again, we all have our opinions, but I do follow what the Japanese do, and if you watch any of them videos, they just slice them bags up, bag after bag, and just tip it in. So, right, let's.
I don't mess at all now.
Let's. Do you want to do the PP before we?
I really do. I feel like.
Do another fish and then do PP.
Yeah, do a fish and then PP. Shut up again, shout to that.
Right, guys, so Oya Showa Tosai 30 centimeters and only £50. Only £50 start bid. Look at that for a fish for only £50. It's a steal.
I said we've proven a point there, Charlie.
Straight in with the 50 good. Yeah, nice fish. Really, really good shade to it. Nice colours. Sumi is underlying. It's not out, but you can see where it is. It's all throughout the body. And it's a cracking fish for very low money. You wouldn't be getting this for. I didn't finish my sentence. You wouldn't be getting this for under a few £100. But right now, it's only on £50 with shad. $55 with Paul beating Tara. It is Tara with 56. Thank you.
56. I'll come back to it though. I've moved
What's
it
that?
down
Sorry.
in my head. When he starts talking about PP, I'll run
Cool.
it by him again. 60 with Chandler.
I'll hit you with me facts and then you can ask the questions so I'm not double over the things. You know what I mean?
62 with Tara.
But I have got the answer to your question. Really nice fish, good body. Got a lot going for it. The sumi will come, takes time, takes age. We're going into winter as well. Winter is definitely sumi's friend. Sumi does come up in winter in the colder water. It loves it. This never had any sumi on it when it first come. You can just see it's just slowly starting to creep through now, breaking the benny up. You've got the Subo sumi coming up on the white. Really nice fish and very, very low money.
65 Tara. Shad's dropped £20 of coriander this week for these fish. Like the rabbit absolutely loves coriander.
Becky's got this thing, going off on the subject now, but she just says like coriander makes it like disgusting. Like, I'm not a big fan of it, but
no, it tastes like soup. It's not just I'm fussy or like I'm like, oh, I don't like the taste of that. It's like someone's put pure chemical into my mouth, and it's a real thing. We were talking about the other day. It's a genetic thing that some people have, But it's that bad that I can now smell coriander as well, so I can't even be near it because it just smells like someone's.
Well, apparently it is a thing. Like some
Shouldn't
people really can't be near coriander or can't like deal with the smell of coriander. I just don't like the stuff, but nothing to do with anything else.
It's vile.
But yeah, we are going to get onto the PP topic in a minute. And as I said, well, I'm saying controversial. Controversial is not really the right word. I'm going to say stuff that might make other people say stuff about me, but it is what it is. I've done it. I've tried. I've tested it. It works. And as long as you're not stupid and you walk away and go to sleep, which I've seen people say online, does my nutting why they're saying stuff like that. And then, oh, I put PP in, I just go to bed. Well,
don't do that.
Don't, like, why are you saying that to the world? Why are you like, I put my hand in a fire once, didn't get burnt, but I'm not going to tell everyone else to do it. Do you know what I mean? Like, why would you say that? So everything that should go on YouTube should be said in a safe way, and it shouldn't be the thing to do to just go, oh, I just stick a load of PP in and go to bed. You've got away with that, great, good on you. Next time you might not, someone else might not. So I'm never going to advocate stuff like that. 73 we're on now. 75. But if you are interested in the little topic of the week, I am definitely going to try and do that more. So let me know if you want to do that. And I'm just going to try and pick 1 or 2 subjects a week and have stuff to talk about. It might be pond building, might be backy showers, it could be types of filtration, it could be treatments or quarantine processes or whatever it may be. But every week I'll just have a different topic to talk about, or you know, maybe more than one. And I might go back on stuff. I might delve a bit deeper and go back on stuff.
Fenton says, how to keep water, please.
Yeah, definitely. We will talk about how to keep water. This is another one where, good evening, Martin. This is another one where I'm lost sometimes, where I don't understand how I can keep 300 fish in 1,000 litres and people can't keep 5 fish in 1,000 gallons. It's just, I don't get it, but we'll go over it.
If you did come to mind, Dale, when he said it, but I wasn't
what was that?
call you out. He said, I remember when I waited 4 hours till like 1 a.m. and I was that tired, forgot to neutralise it and killed a couple of fish. Yeah.
That wasn't you aimed at you though, that was aimed at someone else, Dale, but yeah, you're yeah.
I just remember that because I remember being dead.
But I do think that's a part of it, and it's not nice, and you know, we don't intend to kill the fish and whatever, but you won't do that again. Yeah, you know, you've lived and learned, and you've messed up, and you won't do it again. Nice, Martin.
Oh, they were lovely. I was looking at them yesterday.
Cracking. Yeah, they are.
So red. Gorgeous.
Yeah, you know, it happens. It's, I've drained ponds down before and then went, oh my God, that pond's down. And luckily I've never lost a pond, you know, but I've caught it on 1/2 inch and the fish on the bottom and been like, wow, so lucky and whatever. But someone caught it on 1/2 inch. You know,
paranoia now.
We're on 78 with Paul Chandler. Anyone else interested in this? Tara, you in on this? Let me know. 78 with Paul going once.
That's why I didn't bring it up there. You brought something instead.
78. I can't keep with them comments. 78 with Paul going twice.
This is an excuse to flip the family for now. We'll get you some bits. Oh yeah, please, Martin.
30 seconds from now.
I do like you some bits for the socials. Will you do it? Portrait, please, not landscape. I know people like to video like landscape, like YouTube, but yeah, I need a portrait for social media.
So are we on a yes or a no for the conversation of the week, the facts of the week? Are we in on this?
I think they were in, yeah. I think they were all sort of in agreement. We'll stop PPing past 7 p.m. Wise.
Cool. Right, nice one, Johnny. £78 sold to Paul. Thank you very much, mate.
Well fought, Tara, though. That was wild. Well done.
Nice little battle. Very well done, thank you.
Well fought. That was yes, yarp, yes, thumbs up, yes, fair.
Good. Yeah. Right, we'll do another raffle because I am conscious that I don't want to spend the whole night talking and then we don't get the raffles and stuff drawn. So let's do another raffle and then we'll sort up PP. We'll do the 20 ticket one next. So this is for 20 tickets on the big Akamatsuba female. So usual stuff. Brand new raffle card that is live on YouTube. We don't take any of the videos down. You can always go back and check.
To reiterate, it's for 20 tickets on.
Yeah, it's for 20 tickets. Anyone who's tough part, I'm assuming knows that now, but it's for 20 tickets on the Akamatsuba raffle. It's not for the Akamatsuba. Johnny won last week. Good luck to everyone who enters into this one.
Shot.
What?
So I thought it was for 20 Akamatsugas.
Number 79.
79.
That is... Oh, Dale. Congratulations, Dale. Well
done, Dale.
You've just been talking about you. 79. 79. Very well done, mate.
Oh, exciting, Tara. And good battle.
Tuesday.
Yeah. So he knows.
I know.
He knows.
So you'll do it, I don't know. I only drawn one raffle so far.
Yeah, that's what you've done. Have you got a WhatsApp to message you? Yes. Samantha, will you drop us an email at myboyskoi@gmail.com just with your number on and we'll add you in.
We've got a WhatsApp chat group as well. I just want that email on the bottom of the screen there. Just drop us an email to that with your full name and your mobile number. I'll add you into it. I just not going to put my name, my number on the internet. Although it's probably on the internet by now, but you know.
100%. Oh, you little cuties.
What's that?
Like,
we are friends. Fish friends.
Cute.
It's a good group, nice people. Right, guys, so PP, potassium permanganate. I'm just going to go through it. A lot of you are probably going to know, but I'm just going to talk over it. So,
pause for 1 second. Send an email with your full name and your phone number, Samantha, to that email on the screen, and we will add you into the WhatsApp group. Correct.
Right. Give me 2 secs. So, what is potassium permanganate? Potassium permanganate is an oxidizer. So essentially, it is going to go through the pond. It's going to starve all the oxygen. It's going to kill all the all your organics. So you've got leaves in the pond, you've got debris in the pond, you've got fish poo in the pond. It's going to start working its way through that, and it's going to destroy that. But at the same time, it's going to start killing stuff. So it's going to start killing on parasites as well as your fish if you leave it long enough or you do too high of a dose. Now, I think there's a big misconception with potassium permanganate, and people are very scared of it. You've got no reason to fear it if you've got one or two things with you. Hydrogen peroxide, which will neutralise it and put oxygen back in the water, and it's very good to have to hand. Also, I'm just going to say a quick thing on that. If your power ever goes off and you are stuck and you put some hydrogen peroxide in the water, it will boost the oxygen levels in that water. It will only last for a very, very short time. But if your fish is struggling and you really need some air and you've got some HP with you, not brown sauce, but you got hydrogen peroxide with you and you put some in, that will really help bring your fish around and sort your fish out. I love potassium permanganate. I think it's one of the top treatments. Everyone should use it and everyone should have it. I think it's a fantastic thing. It's very harsh and it can kill fish. I use it in 2 ways. I use it to treat the pond and I use it to dip koi. Dipping koi is quite harsh, but I'm just going to say it how it is, and I'm going to just give a quick disclaimer before we go any further. If you damage or kill your koi, it's nothing to do with me. You are an adult to your fish, it's your pond. You go away with the information. If you use it and you do it wrong, or something happens, or there's an illness, or your fish is weak and it dies, that has to be your thing. I'm just giving you information. Do what you will with it. So I do 3 grams of potassium permanganate per 20 litres of water for a PP dip, potassium permanganate dip. This means I put 20 litres of water, 3 grams of potassium permanganate and an air stone in a bowl. Make sure it's mixed up, and then I put the fish in. I will leave the fish in there for up to 10 minutes, no longer, up to 10 minutes. This is very, very harsh. You are really rocking your koi at this point. It's dangerous. You can lose fish from it. Before the fish dies, before it gets to that point where the fish will die, the parasites are going to die first, including flukes. I have done it many, many times where I've killed flukes with potassium permanganate. It can be done. I do it every time we have flukes. I do follow up normally with a course of Linux Pro. Just going off on one there, but I do follow up with Linux Pro because flukes lay eggs. So I like to get the eggs with the Linux Pro. But essentially, the flukes I kill with potassium permanganate, and it works, and it really does work. But you've got to use high doses. So I'm going to talk a little bit on the doses. Kasori is the one I'm going to talk about because it's the most common one. There's a lot of other brands out there, NT Labs and so forth. You can use lots of ones, but I'm going to talk about Kasori. Seems to be the most common one. So Kasori recommend that you do 1 part per million, which is 6.8 grams per 1,000 gallons, not 1,000 litres, 1,000 gallons. 1 part per million, that's what they say. You can go up to 5 parts per million, but that is the maximum you should ever do. You should never go over 5 parts per million. It's so high, you are risking everything, including all your pond, your fish. It can all go. You are a knife edge, and that is 22.73 grams per 1,000 gallons. 6.8, 22.73. Massive difference per 1,000 gallons. So you've got a 5,000 gallon pond, you're talking nearly 110 grams of potassium permanganate. It's very, very dangerous. I'm going to recommend 4 parts per million. I'm going to say that 4 parts per million is a high enough dose to do the job without getting to the point where you're essentially going to wipe everything out, but it also is still a deadly dose. 18.8 grams per 1,000 gallons. So it's 18.2, 18.18. So it's 18.2 grams per 1,000 gallons is the maximum I'd recommend. I try and keep it purple for 4 hours. Using a dose this high, I'm not going to recommend you topping up by 2 grams and not topping up by 2 grams. It's dangerously high by topping up by 2 grams and 2 grams, which I would recommend. If someone was doing a normal treatment, I'll go stick 2 grams in. If that doesn't work, stick another 2 grams in and stop there. 4 grams extra. Don't do that with this. This is too high for that. So you do your maximum dose straight off. You can do it over 20 minutes or whatever if you want to, make you feel better.
Carry on. I'll read things out if you afterwards.
I'll go through stuff.
Yeah.
I'll go through it as I'm going through it. But so I don't recommend you topping up with this. I would rather you done a full treatment, which is 4 parts per million, up to 4 parts per million, which would be in a 1,000 gallon, 18.2 grams. Do that. If that hasn't worked, it's neutralized. Leave it 24 hours and then go again the next day. Before I ever do a potassium permanganate treatment of any kind, I do a filter clean. I don't scrub the filter. I don't scrub the filter walls. You're going to knock your filter back. You've got to remember that the potassium is already going to knock your filter back. You don't want to start scrubbing filter walls. So you want to do a decent filter clean. If it's the next, say, 2 or 3 bubbles up, wash out all the organics. But don't start jet washing it or scrubbing it. Don't do that. I do about a 10 to 20% water change, depending on the size of your pond. Your Nexus could do that for you just by doing that. So 10 to 20% approximately. And then I will go straight in with the dose, mix it up in a bucket. Again, people leave it 20 minutes with nail stone. Personally, I don't, but there's no harm in doing that. I just get a bit of warm water, warm to the touch, not boiling, because boiling will start killing off the potassium. Warm to the touch, mix it up in a bucket, and then put it in the pond.
Yeah, that's exactly what it is. Boss levels. It's knowing, it's doing these things constantly.
Yeah. So like in my opinion, so what Cassie's saying there is he's doing 2 parts per million, which is not
Paul,
9. Yeah.
Paul Crosby.
No, Paul Cashin.
No, Paul Crosby.
Oh, was it Paul Crosby? Oh, sorry. I just seen Paul say. Yeah, Paul Crosby. So he's doing two parts per million, which is 9 grams. I'm going for 4 parts per million, which is 18.2 grams. Well, you're doing slightly over there, you're doing 10 grams. So essentially, potassium permanganate, what you can use it for, you can kill parasites with it, and you can also clean your pond with it. I don't recommend you do it as a standard monthly dosage, what people do. I don't see the point in that. Again, if your pond's healthy, if your fish are happy and nothing's going wrong, why would you want to interfere with it? So I strongly recommend you don't use it as a like a precautionary. You don't use it as a precautionary treatment. Don't just do it. Do it when you need to do it, and only when you need to do it.
Well, it's definitely not a precautionary thing to do, is it? It's very intense.
But people do. People go, I do potassium every month.
That's insane.
I don't recommend that.
Isn't that putting them through a lot of stress? Because like you say, if you're bringing them to the brink, literally to kill.
Well, people might not do it as high. I'm not sure, but I wouldn't recommend ever doing that because I just don't see the point. You are creating an ecosystem. Potassium permanganate is the opposite of that. You know, it's gonna clean. So you're gonna scrub away everything you've done, all the goodness you've done. If you can have a pond for 2 years without wanting the treatments in it, fantastic. You know, don't aim to put treatments in it. Aim to stay away from it if it's working right.
So Day asked before, didn't he? He said, why does he struggle to keep it purple with the back since having the backy shower? Because
your backy shower is holding a lot of organics. So I think if you were doing it the right dose, and you're going to have to work this out on a case by case. So you're going to have to work out now that if you're doing this, just say you're doing 1 part per million, which is the standard Kasori recommended 6.8 grams per 1,000 gallons, you're doing that recommended. And it's not working. And then you went to next time you've done it, you went to 2 parts per million. So you've done 9.1 grams, and that didn't work. Then you went to 3 parts per million, which would be 13.6.5 grams, and that didn't work. Then you go to 4 parts per million.
When you say it didn't work, do you mean it's not?
It neutralizing fast. Right, it's going brown very quickly. 20 minutes, half an hour, an hour. It's going brown. It's not working, not high enough. Okay. So you go to 4 parts per million, 18.2 grams. I'm not saying this is not in one sitting, by the way. This is like
testing out.
This is you're figuring this out over a period of time when you need to. And I wouldn't just say don't hammer this like that either, but that's not good. I wouldn't do that. I would if I started like that and the 6.8 grams per 1,000 gallon wasn't touching the sides for me, I would double it. I would go to, which would be 13.65, which will be 3 parts per million, and I would see where that stood, and I'd jump a bit. I wouldn't be so incremental with it. I'd jump a bit higher. But the 2 highest doses I'm ever going to recommend, and I really do believe you should never go any higher than these, are 4 parts per million, which would be 18.2 grams per 1,000 gallons, and 5 parts per million, which would be 22.75 per 1,000 gallons. That's your highest. But in doing that, you can kill Costia, Trichodinia, Chilodenella, and flukes. You can kill them. You can sterilize your pond. If it's bacterial you're trying to get rid of, potassium permanganate sterilizes. It can knock back and clear bacterial problems up before they rise to a point where you've then got an issue. There's lots of stuff you can use potassium for. Bacteria can reduce. Bacterial problems can be reduced by potassium permanganate. Lower external bacteria loads can lower external bacteria loads on skin and gills.
Sorry. Simon said, can you put PP in with 0.3 salt in your pond?
People do say you can do that, and yes, I believe you can do. I personally don't want to do that. I would ideally not do that. That's my opinion. But nothing stopping you doing it.
Why do you err on the side of no?
Because salt and potassium permanganate are both going to take oxygen away from the water.
Okay.
So
you essentially double dose on that.
Yeah, so I personally wouldn't want to have two quite powerful products in the water at the same time. But again, just my opinion, I would try and bring that salt level down as much as you can before the treatment.
So you think salt reduces the effectiveness of PP?
It's not something I do. I'm not too sure, to be honest. What do you think are more potent?
Chloramine T or PP? Chloramine T is more of a disinfectant.
I think that's quite a hard thing to say one's worse than the other. They're both killers. They both can kill. I think potassium permanganate is gonna, at the wrong hands or done wrong, can kill faster. Chloramine T, unless you just tip the packet in and that you'd have wipeout. But yeah, it's quite a different thing. I use chloramine T. I know some people say it's too harsh. It works. It does work. I don't use it all the time. I don't use it willy-nilly, but the stuff works. It's very, very good. Potassium permanganate, it's like, I think if I could only have one koi treatment, if you said to me that you can only have one, never treat anything else again, with anything else again, I'd want potassium permanganate.
But that's because you've built up a confidence and you know it. Like, you know your ponds and you know your amounts and stuff like that, and you're using it regularly, so you've become very confident and aware, I suppose. Sounds very daunting.
Yeah, I think that John PP can be neutralised where chloramine T can't, definitely. If chloramine T is in the water, the only thing you can do to get rid of that is change water, and chloramine T works within the fish, so it gets into the system. So yeah, look, I've messed up with chloramine T in the past. I've had to change a lot of water. I've messed up with PP in the past. I've lost fish. I've got to a point where I'm very confident with everything I use now. I'm very confident with measurements, and I am going to start talking more about the amounts I use. I think the information just tonight on the 4 parts per million and the 5 parts per million, I don't think that's ever been said before. I'd imagine it probably hasn't, as in they are very dangerous levels. But as long as you've got hydrogen peroxide or
I think the main point to take away from
sodium thiosulfate, you
can go, increase that dosage up to that maximum that Danny said, but you need to learn your specific system, and you're only going to learn that over time.
What was that? Doesn't chloramine T?
Chloramine T can reduce the water, right?
pH or KH. Don't know what you mean, Nathan.
You've missed a word out there, I think, Nathan. You've done it, Danny. Dale said, I'm ringing you tomorrow for a recap on where Pink.
I'm writing it all down.
It's because he wants to, he's obviously, because of the back of the shower, his dosage is now not working as it did before.
Yeah. To be honest, we run very low KH yet. We're in North Wales. We got very soft water. We have zero come out the tap. I buffer, but I don't buffer to the level that other people buffer, because then you start messing with pH. So I run a very low KH here. Almost impossible for me to run any higher. So
that chloramine T brings the pH down.
If you say so, as I say, I run zero at the tap, so
you've got no.
I haven't really. Yeah, all I can say is that I use chloramine T here, and we run zero straight out the tap, so we don't have issues with it. I choose to buffer slightly. I don't start buffering 5, 6, 7.
Grading says on the pack it says you need a KH of above 7 for chloramine T.
Well, I'd argue that, because that's not what I've got. That's all I can go off is what I am.
You use a buffer, don't
you? I use bicarbonate of soda, the cheapest standard one. It's very easy to use, very cheap to use. Measurements are by the mug. It's not, but again, I'll be totally straight with you. I don't hammer it, and I don't chase 4s and 5s. I don't do it. I can't do it. I've got this 17 ponds. I'd be honest, endless loop of just doing drops of KH all day long. I have nothing else to do and check KH. So
Paul said he struggles to keep full.
look, in the grow-ons, when I've got heat up and I'm feeding a lot, I do keep bicarb going in. I don't like doing it weekly. I do prefer to do it daily, a small amount a day.
Well, days is 12.
Well, you're never probably going to have a pH crash then. Yeah, which is solid.
Axel, will you stop licking? Is there anything more annoying than the sound of a dog licking itself? Is that just my issue?
But yeah, I think
stability is better than chasing numbers. True.
Yeah, and that's again massive thing. What I learned when we were in Liverpool, we had KH of 4 out the tap. Because here we've got 0. I am not going to spend my time filling that up to say 5, and then I make a mistake and I rock that pH. It's just, what are you going to do? You're going to wipe out. Do you know what I mean? It's not worth it in my opinion. So I think again, this is where your pond has to become obviously you have to understand your pond. I understand people buffering. I get buffering and I understand why you do it. And I understand especially when you put a lot of food in it, but I don't understand just doing it for the sake of it. If you're keeping a steady KH and the fish are happy and it's working right and you're staying there around that number, why mess with it? Why start throwing KH at it pointlessly?
I would say that's quite a satisfying noise actually there.
See KH 8.9, 8, perfect, amazing. But we run very similar water to Japan here. We've got 0 and they got the most expensive fish in the world and they're running on cockle shells. So
it's the hills.
It's source water, yeah. It's where our source water comes from. It comes off the mountains.
Yeah.
Yeah. I haven't got too many fish, guys, so we're gonna move on. Little Oya Sankey.
Axe. Can you all hear that? It's ridiculous.
27 centimeter Sankey from Oya, and it is a 50-pound star bid.
Pausing with 50. I want to know how good the sound is. Like, can you hear him weighing right now? That's a pretty loud weigh. $51, Tara. Can you really? Can't hear the dog, but Danny's pissing for a big height. Brilliant. They could hear you weighing. That's how intense that wee was.
Big wee.
We're on 51 with Tara. And Dale went to take his face mask off.
Thanks for the update.
Can hear him shaking as well.
Who said that?
Sure. You're on 51 time.
She's on screen looking for 52 or above now. Anyone else interested in this? 27 centimetres. Come on, got to be worth a bit more than that.
Wee gate will be next now. Still trying to recover after Hovis gate, to be honest, Paul. It took a lot of my energy. That guy was so angry that I just didn't believe in his mouldy bread situation, that he just started to try to terrorise me. He implied I thought I was hard because I own the group. I am hard because I own the group.
I hate that.
I own the group.
I was telling someone about that the other day. They kicked someone out of the WhatsApp group last year and he's like, do you think you're hard because you're a scouser?
Oh.
Just like that.
No, but you obviously do.
You obviously do, yeah. You got a complex over it.
What are you asking, Chad? Has it got a certificate?
Not this one, mate, no.
Not this one.
51. Anyone else interested in this? It will go for £51. I'll be a bit gutted, but it will.
There is certs tonight, Nathan. Just right here.
There is, yes. There is 2 more fish after this and 1 as a cert. Anyone else interested? Last call on it, guys. 52.
Boss levels. He was tempted. He got drafted. Do be like that. 55 Tara.
She wants to add it to a delivery.
Dale's face is silky smooth.
Nice.
I am a fan of the face mask there, I must admit. Just makes you feel so good. It's just a very good de-stressor. Can't beat that and a face mask.
Anyone else interested? 55 with Tara going once.
Tara's sick of you beating around the bush. She's just getting straight in there. She wants a fish.
55 with Tara going twice. And 30 seconds from now.
I'm a fan of a retinol mask myself, or a hyaluronic acid.
Sold to Tara for £55. Very well done.
You got your fish in the end.
Well done. Right.
That's what I just do for Danny Day. I'll just every now and then I'll just throw him a mask like you can have one. Did you a little foot pack the other week, didn't I?
Yeah, I didn't like that though.
Sensory issues, then foot packs aren't they? Have you ever done that? Where you put the...
How many feet were too big
it's
for
like
it?
a face mask for your feet, but it's like an enclosed sock.
Yeah, I didn't like it, like plastic
If you've got any
sock.
sort of sensory issues, it's not ideal. Like.
No. And this house was full of them.
But it does make your feet super soft.
Even the animals in this house have got issues. Right, raffles are now live. Becky will share them ones at the bottom, Becky, because it's not fresh on today.
Hang on.
3 raffles now live. Becky's going to share them in the comments.
Where are you? I've got Sankey, Akahatu,
Scroll to the bottom.
and the Ginman Shiro.
Yeah. The PP thing is quite interesting. As the more I look into it, that the UK recommended guideline is 1 part per million. It's literally the lowest you can really they can really advertise to use. And I don't know what backs that up. I'd really love a bit more research to be done on this so that they were actually telling us why they're recommending that, because that's not touching the sides in most ponds. It's really not, unless the ponds are quite a new sterile environment. It just doesn't do it. It doesn't do anything. It's not killing parasites. It's not even lasting 4 hours. And the information on the back of the Kasori pack, keep it purple for 15 hours. Well, at 1 part per million, that's never going to happen unless it's like a fresh water. So, and I would never recommend doing that, by the way. In what sense, Paul? Because you can go online and you can buy like 25 kilogram drums. So I can imagine that they're probably trying to ban it in that sense. I don't think they're going to start banning 250 gram packets of it. Yeah, it can be used in explosives. So I think that's what they're more bothered by, big amounts of it. I think we're okay. What's that?
I'm reading through the comments because I was doing my raffles.
Just we'll move on in a second.
Oof, that's a big word, Chad.
What's that?
I don't even know the word is, and that's me speaking, and I'm all about the big words. Does it mean a dose of full effect? Is that what it means, Chad? Like an actual effective dose? I can tell that this conversation has brought out the science in Chad.
I can't see shadows, any big words.
It is. It's a couple comments on. Yeah, exactly, an effective dose. I'm going to use that word. Is it efficacious? I can't actually that in my head. Spell it out for me, Shad. Don't want to say it wrong. Start fires with it, an anti-finish, start huh. What do you know?
Right. So this is the other Aragohi Chagoi. This one is a little bit cleaner, it's a bit more, and it's also got a bit of a gin shine to it as well. Unlike the other one, it's a little bit lighter in colour, more of an olivey colour rather than the brown chocolate one. Well, £50 start bid, 27 centimeters is actually it's actually bigger as well. Apologies, well, not seeing the sound of there.
That was Shad, wasn't it?
Shad won the first one.
Shad got the other one.
So £50 start bid, guys. Just say, look at it. Aragohi Chag at 27 centimeters, up for 50 quid. Unbelievable. Like, very, very cheap. So these are the ones that come in from Marseille on our last shipment, so about 10 weeks ago now, and they all come in around 18 centimetres, and this was 27. These are outside, fed twice a day, not handled on food, no heat, and it's already put on 9 centimetres. these things want to grow. They're from the original jumbo bloodline. They grow massive.
One of my favourites, I think, definitely for personality, though.
Yeah.
For sure.
Oh, that pond, when there was 50 of these, they were wild. They were climbing over each other to get to the food. It was nuts.
Definitely the most friendly.
Last chance, guys. £50. So I'm not going to push it. It's it's an absolute steal. $50 with Paul, thank you very much. I use Takazumi growth on most of the ponds, even the ones I'm not growing. I just prefer to use the growth over anything else. So I have Vital and growth, and yeah, these have been getting fed growth, but only twice a day, as I said. So it's not massive. They're not heavily fed. The genetics are there. You go over that pond and they're just constantly eating the algae on the side of the pond, and they just don't stop eating all the time. Brilliant fish.
Chandler, you make me laugh. He's just like, oh, I've got 2 light ones already.
Cheap.
Funny guy. Do you want me to read out Bear's question?
Go on.
I've got another question. Buying a house soon, so I'll be building the pond. Will you come and help me design it, filtration, how many bottom drains, and where to put them up?
Yes, I will, and it all depends on the size. Really does. I am a fan of 1 bottom drain rather than 2.
And glass sizes and whatnot. It's going to be a square pond.
Yeah, I'm a fan of 1 central bottom drain, but if you were running 2 filters, 2 pumps, then yeah, I'd go for 2.
The bid was at 50. Jake, it's on the screen there.
It's now at 55. Yeah, so it really does. Just again with the pond, it just depends on what you want to do, how big you want to go. But yeah, it's definitely an avenue I'm going to go down eventually as well. Is having something more to do with pond builds as we build the team up and get more people involved.
She doesn't believe that she's hovering. What do you want, little dog?
We're on 55. We're looking for 56 or above. Only 1 more fish off this and 2 raffles. Oh no, we've got 3 raffles. How many raffles have we got left? We have 3 raffles left. So confused. We only done 1 raffle. We're gonna hammer raffles in a minute. No, it's an Aragoki. So Aragoki meaning wild scale, dragon scales. Yeah, Aragoki actually translates to brick wall, I believe, in Japan. And we're on 56 with Jake, and no Tara, there's 1 more fish after this one. 1 more fish left coming up after this one. But yeah, it translates to brick wall, I believe. It's to do with the way the scales look like a brick wall, or imagine like a stoned wall. Nice one, Miss Fenton. Much appreciated. I'm gonna mess with lighting in that shed this week and try and get it perfect, because there's like a little skylight thing in there. It depends on the time of the day. It can put my pictures off, so I'm gonna readjust my lighting.
I am a fan of a Rolo, you know. It's a good little snacky chocolate.
We're on 56 going once. Anyone else interested? Your last chance. 56 going once for Jake. 56 going twice. And 30 seconds from now. I'm losing my voice.
Yeah, it's all tonight.
Hey, I've got some more stuff wrote down about FMG as well.
I don't like it when they're soft.
Put them in the fridge.
I take it back. Those just crap when they're soft.
I'll stick them in the fridge for half an hour.
You have to.
Sold to Jake for 56. Very well done, mate.
Well done, Jake. Hey, you never robbed that.
Nice one. I want to do 2 raffles on the bounce now. I didn't realise I've only done one. Have I done one? I've done 2, haven't I? Why am I tripping out over raffles as if I've done more?
One for the 20 tickets and day one.
I don't know. Well, for some reason in my head, I feel like I've done a second. Obviously, I haven't. So again, guys, brand new raffle card live on YouTube. We don't take any of the videos down, so you can always go back and check.
Well, I have 40 minutes of Danny talking.
Shut up.
Chandler.
And you're still here.
Chandler's just here for the koi.
Good luck. This one is for the Saito Krashigoi. 45 centimetre Saito Krashigoi. Good luck.
Oh, that was the one where you got the last ticket there, Chandler.
Number 16. It is Gary K.
Well done, Gary.
Well done, Gary. He bought a lot. Speaking of raffles, we would like to get that Akam Matsuba sold out if anyone wants to grab a ticket on that.
Chandler said it was just banter. Oh, he's there for the banter. One of the two. We're all in for banter.
Yeah. Doing the Gimrin shower now, and I'm going to save then the free Sakai shower for the very last one. So this one is the Gimrin shower. Again, live on YouTube. We don't take any of the videos down. You can always go back and check.
Just a little bit there, John, yeah.
Well,
So tonight's definitely been better than last week.
yeah. Appreciate you noticing, John.
I mean, it wasn't much competition there, but yeah, I appreciate it.
Good luck to everyone who went into this one. Number 92. And that is Mr. Gary K again. Congratulations, Gary. You got to give him a shower as well. To be fair, look how many times his name's on the card.
Come on, Gary.
Well done, Gary.
Jesus.
Gary.
Gary in.
Gary.
Gary's smashing life. It wasn't really much to miss, to be fair, though.
Look, we all know I can be touchy at times, okay?
It's a sensitive piece, so.
Oh, look, it does me head in. You know, some weeks are just hard, aren't they? You know, I work all week and it's just a bit shit. You know what I mean? I'm human.
I am busy impressed, to be honest. Like, Chandler said you can talk for an hour and 40 straight. That's impressive. Like,
look, I sat in a coffee shop today and wrote stuff down for 3 hours for this tonight, okay?
oh.
No, not just for this. I have been writing my book and I have been doing stuff regularly, so.
Shop.
Yeah, because I wanted somewhere where I was on my own. And then some kid, little kids come and sat next to me on the table. Yeah, the man just wasn't interested. And they were just dragging chairs and that everywhere, and I'm just like, just, you know, to coffee
Get
off
out of
public.
coffee
I'm
shop.
just like trying to, like, just don't need to tell me, so like, just get on with it, Danny. And then this little girl just comes over and starts poking my leg. She was only like messing. She was about Mikey's age. So I was just like, and I was like to the man, like it's a little bit not okay, is it? Do you know what I mean? But, like,
not
do you want to get your kid? And the man's just not asked, like, not looking, not interested. I'm just sat there, this 3-year-old poking me in the leg, and just like, what do you do? No one ever teaches you the etiquette for that, do they? No one ever tells you what you're meant to do in that situation.
And then the same man will be like, he's NBA, that strange man's going to get you.
Yeah.
That's the worst shout you want to hear people saying that. It's so bad. That bad man's going to take you. Like, no, I'm not. Use your UFC training. Did you piss on your chips? A little bit not okay. To die is in my favourite as well.
Is that what I said, is it?
It's a little bit not okay, isn't it? Did you see Dale when he said, get back in the car now, Gary, what's the film?
Lockstock?
Lockstock.
Come on, make it harder than that. Come on, Gary.
Lazy problems last week, Danny. Yeah, but that's a thing, you know. I know that you don't think that that's a thing, but it is. Man periods is a thing.
Oh, look.
No, I'm just talking in general. Man periods is a thing. It is. You have a week and month where you're just more touchy.
Look, I work 7 days, long days. Some days it gets to you, and then you come on the auction's quiet, and you've got every other koi dealer who now does the same auctions that you've always done, and you've got 2 other people doing Sunday night lives, and it's annoying. Like, is that not okay? You know what I'm saying?
I wish I could just like screenshot that little line down there.
What?
I was like, you just speaking in tongues.
You know, it is what it is, isn't it? We've been sat here for 2 years, and then 2 other people just do lives on the same time, you're on the same night. I'm not saying I own the night, of course I don't, but it does get to a point where you're like, come on. Do you know what I mean? It's like, I didn't do that to anyone else. It just doesn't seem okay, but it is what it is.
Mm-hmm.
Now it's saying MMA 4 times a week, so don't, blow up. That's okay.
Stress levels finally reduced.
Compartmentalising it.
See, that's not just good. Appreciate that, Chandler. Appreciate it.
Right, Izmir Sankey, 1-year-old, 32 centimeters. I haven't remeasured it, to be honest, so we're going to go off the set. It might be a little bit bigger than that by now. There's a picture of it today. Picture on the set. And I have got a video. And it is going to be, again, only a £50 start bid, guys. So it's only $50 to start. So it comes with the original breeder set. We're on 60 now with Gaza. Thank you.
Like talking over live, don't say that day. We'll get a phone.
No, look. Look, I'm not saying it for anyone else. I don't want anyone to tell anyone. I really don't. I find it annoying. Do you know what I mean? But I purposely stepped away from the so-called koi tuber community because I don't think there is a community there. I think, people just shit on each other, and I don't want to be a part of that.
We're on 70 with Jason. We were already on 60, Tara.
Yeah, you might have a bit of lag, Tara, but you won't know this if you have. So now I do MBK, and that's it.
I'm joking, kind of.
Yeah.
Ain't nobody got time for drama.
No.
Just here for koi, you know what I mean? Good time. Some laughs, some nail clips, You ain't gotta get serious. Don't love me, then you choose. Paul Fletcher's like the king of bollockins.
Just seeing it all, Annie.
Oh, God. 80 of Jason, 85 of Tara.
I like that Fenton. I'm going to use that.
What? I can't see it.
Dog licking balls, Danny pissing from 3 meters high.
Is that like a haiku? Oh, that's what we're in for, yeah. Babs. Babs. 100 with Jason. Jason wants this fish.
Look, to be honest, it cost me more than £100. Like, you don't get these fish out of Japan. I won this on one of the koi auctions. You don't get these fish out of Japan for £100. You just don't. It's an absolute steal. It's the end of the season. I'm wrapping up ponds. I want to refill them again. It's a bargain.
Should organise a koi tuna boxing event. Like,
100%. Sign me
that's
up.
not what that would be. That is not what that would be. Middle-aged man flapping around bags of each other. That's what that would be.
Yeah, to be honest, though, it'd be quite hard because I'm like 32 and everyone else was like.
Well, I'm young, sir.
I know, but everyone else was like north of 50, aren't they? So it's not really like. Do you know what I mean?
No, I would giggle so much. Like 105 Tara. What Tara? Oh, Paul, don't start because I can't be doing with it.
What for 60 more? Like. I'll give you a one guess, Shad. Thanks, mate. Much appreciated. 32-4-year-old. That's just a grey hair since I started selling koi. I never had grey hair before I started selling fish.
I mean, I think that's an age thing and not a fish thing.
Well, I feel like I got old
I
fast.
think it's a 30s thing, do you know what I mean?
I don't know. Friends in one turn.
I think it said fencing then. Fencing's fencing at the minute. I had to turn all comments on for him to show.
Dale, you are definitely up there with causing grey hair, yeah.
Don't listen to him then. He's an emotional fella.
Listen to me, Dale. You've caused me grey hair.
Alright, well, she. Yeah.
I don't know. I'm going to say you look younger than what you are. How old would I say you are? Bear in mind, you had your kids with you. He was here the other day.
Oh. That doesn't help me.
Because you didn't go outside.
Mm.
I'm going to say 36.
I'd be a good judge, but I didn't say, so I can't.
110. Anyone else interested in this one? It will sell at 110, and it is an absolute steal. Cannot replace it for £110. Going once with Ben. Anyone else interested in this one?
Don't let it go, Tara. Don't let it go.
Nice. All right, we'll say 36. That was a compliment, wasn't
So
it?
you are.
Nice.
So you do look younger than you are.
Becky's got a 6 on here as well.
What?
So Becky's got a 6 as well. 111.
Go on, Tara. Do you mean I've got a 6 in the age?
fair when you think about it properly. Fair when you think about what Paul Mason's in with 112, Jason's in with 120.
Oof. The
Paul
boys
with
are in.
121.
121.
Chara
125.
125. Ben just also with 125, been beat by Tara.
Tara's taking it for the gals.
126 with Paul, 130 with Ben. Just beating Jason with 130.
Oof, it's going off.
133 with Paul.
Mason.
135 with Jason.
What, the live or the weather in general? Both could be true.
136 with Ben. On 39 with Paul. Jason's out.
What for, Jason?
140 with Ben.
For sure, Michael.
Nice one, mate. Only match 150. Bad one.
You naughty bunch, yeah. Like cat.
We're on 150 with Jason. Run that video again. $150 with Jason. Anyone else interested? Going once with Jason on 150. A pound can take it. Done it many times before. Going twice with Jason on 150. 151.
151 with Ben. We should stop at the video in time for a week. I hate it when the sound's on the video. It's horrible.
I don't know why I didn't do that. I was quite busy this morning though.
Dave and Phantom are just doing the forces chat again.
Fenton needs to get down to this ground show and have a drink with us.
Yeah, Fenton.
And see who's the bigger drinker, eh? RAF or the army.
Bigger drinker, best singer, whichever.
Someone needs to carry Shad home.
Someone needs to carry Shad home. Oh, Shad.
151 with Ben going once. 151 with Ben going twice.
I don't drink either. I'll be very down.
30 seconds from now. To be honest, we had a proper laugh last time.
Depends, I drink fine wine.
Who said that?
You do look like a wine drinker, Fenton, I'm not gonna lie.
I'm sure they got a few bottles of Echo Falls.
Oh my god. Jason is out now, he says. Wow, I had 3 drinks last time.
Sold to Ben for 151. Very well done, mate. Told you the pound can take it. It really does. It's weird. People have a number in red and then they just go, that's it, I'm done. Very well done.
You'll have to shop around a little bit there on the hotel front.
What's the Crown saying? Anyone looked?
Nathan, you had a look, didn't you? What did the Crown say?
Shad and Dale, top and tail. All right.
Or you can get a camper van, like bring the camper van, you'd have such a better time, I'm telling you.
Yeah, just park on the back on the car park. There's like I know.
Park somewhere scenic. You're in the middle of the most beautiful place ever, and Danny's like, park on the car. What is wrong with you?
It's practical. There's the toilet, there's the cafe. It's great.
There's just so many nice places.
Right. Last thing tonight. 2 hours, not too bad.
I think you'd have a good time, Chef, I'm not gonna lie.
So this is for the raffle for these three. This is all free at the Sakai Shower with the free certificate from Sakai. And this is the raffle for it. I wouldn't like I'd all for like camping, but I wouldn't really fancy being hungover in a tent or the next morning, having to pack it up and stuff.
Yeah, you wouldn't survive a festival, would you?
No, I'd just leave the tent.
Oh, you one of them scrubs?
Have you seen how many tents? Have you seen how many tents the charities get from it though?
Rob did the thingy one year, didn't he? Work for them.
Yeah.
You like clean up and look after crew. It was just horrendous at the end.
Yeah, but the charities come in, don't they, and take whatever they can use. They take.
Stay to the place.
Yeah, but some of them tents are like expensive, aren't they?
It has been really good, hasn't it, John? Appreciate that.
Thank you very much, Sean. Right, so this one is for the Sakai shows, all three of, which is both on there. Live on YouTube, don't take any videos down.
The
13th, Dale, Saturday the 13th. It can start on the 12th and go to the 14th. Good luck to everyone who entered into the free Sakai shower raffle. Oh, it is a big 100.
Oh, unheard of.
Mr. Paul Fletcher.
Go on, Paul.
Well done, Paul.
Smash that, Paul.
Well done, mate. That's one. I know that'll be right up your street because he loves going home them on. So yeah, right. That's us. Like I'm all talked out. And still 36 is watching.
That's your first ever fish win, is it?
No.
It must be because he wins like crazy on the
comps.
Stuff,
Yeah,
he?
we will be bringing comps back as well. We've been trying to employ someone for ages. We got someone and they're just messing around a little bit with their other job, but fingers crossed that they are going to start for us and we can do a lot more stuff as soon as we get someone full time. But right, guys, do us a favour, go and check out our raffles on myboyskoi.com. I'll get in touch with everyone who bought and won a fish tonight. And apart from that, thank you all so much. Appreciate it. I'll be back next Sunday.
Night, y'all.
Good night.